Okay then, in today's video we're gonna go over everything that you need to know about SEEDRAKE. So with that being said, let's get into it. Okay then, let's go over the typing first. It is a pure plant type, which means defensively we are weak to fire, ice, dark, bug and toxic. And then we resist water, plant, earth and electric, and then we're also immune to light. And then offensively, we can hit water and earth type Loomians for super effective stab damage. Okay, next up is the stats line. So SEEDRAKE has 74 health, 86 energy, 120 melee attack, 89 melee defense, 92 range attack, 66 range defense, and 83 speed. So it's got a decent speed tier. It's like around similar speed as like Carolyn, for example. It has a really good melee attack stat and a pretty decent range attack stat. So it's mostly going to be like a middling base speed, like he can outspeed quite a few things, like especially defensively, and it is like mostly a mixed attacker. The energy like isn't super high, but is very usable. Now let's go over the abilities then. Starting with the first ability, Dractus has Protective Shell, which prevents you from being critical hit. However, once you evolve into Fruitress, and it also carries through to SEEDRAKE, you have Sharp Edges instead, which if a Loomian makes contact with you when using a move, they'll take a little bit of health in like Recall, which I believe off the top of my head is like 1 in 8 of their health they lose. The second ability is Insulated, which the entire evolution line has. This ability will reduce the damage from fire and ice type attacks if they are used against us, which, because we're a pure plant type and we're weak to these moves, it'll basically turn these moves into neutral hits instead. Although I should mention that we are still technically weak to fire and ice type moves, so if you want to take full advantage of this ability, you could run something like the Rachel plushie item, which also means you're going to get it activated. And then for the final ability, the secret ability, which is going to be Anomaly, which in case you don't know what this ability does, basically if your stats are decreased or increased, it will do the opposite of whatever it was meant to do. So for example, if a Loomian like Serenite comes into the battle and terrifying you, instead of getting a -1 melee attack, you'll get a +1 melee attack instead. And then also vice versa, like if you use Stretch to give yourself +1 speed, instead you'll get -1 speed. And finally onto the moves line, starting off with the level up moves, Dractus gets Petal Pummel, Tail Slap, Growl, Bushwhack, Water Bomb, Slash, Facial Slash, Stretch, and then Pine Shot. Then we evolve level 30 into Fruitress, which we get Briar Block as our evolution move. Then we get Sap Plant, Take Root, Harvest, and Bequeath. Then we evolve a level 50 into SEEDRAKE, which right now the only move that actually learns by level up is the evolution move, which it gets Thorn Slam is evolution move, which I just said. Which, of course, Thorn Slam is a brand new move, which we haven't seen in the game before. Basically, it is a plant type move that is melee. It is 110 base power, so very strong move. 100% accuracy with 55 energy cost, so it's a pretty expensive move. However, when you use this move, it will lower your melee attack by 1 stage, which obviously can be paired up with its secret ability Anomaly to just basically steamroll teams because you get +1 melee attack after every single use. And then for the MMs, we have Dodge, Ill Will, Maroon, Bulk Up, Peace of Mind, and Muspire. And then for Rally Moves, we have Life Drain, Nature's Force, Coconut Bomb, Primal Slash, and Hydro Slash. And that is everything that you need to know about SEEDRAKE, but we aren't done yet, okay? Let's quickly go over a couple potential sets before we end off the video then. So, I guess like right now, you can definitely run like a mix set, however for specifically right now, it's probably best to either run like a very brawny or nimble brawny, like give it a lot of speed, max out the melee attack, some energy to maybe get up to like 250, and then just dump the rest into health, but make sure it's odd because we are weak to Icicle Traps, we don't want to come in and just take a lot of damage, we just need to be odd health, okay? But I guess the most common set that is probably going to be used right now is going to be the secret ability Anomaly, paired up with its evolution move Thorn Slam. Every time you use it, you get +1 melee attack, and then you got Primal Slash and Hydro Slash as coverage. For the fourth move, I guess you could run Ill Will, which if you are burnt, you still get to like attack for quite a bit of damage, although you could also run something like Briar Block, so if you're against something that might potentially have a clutch plushie, you could just Briar Block, break the clutch plushie, and then the next time you use a move, just hopefully can one-hit KO it. Also with this, I guess you could run like a Plant Essence, or you could run a Plant Shell, or even running specialty boots to be a lot faster. And I guess another potential set people might want to look into is running an insulated ability set with the item Rachel plushie, because we're still technically weak to fire and ice type moves, it's just that their damage has been reduced to make them basically neutral hits, so they'll still activate our Rachel plushie, giving us some nice stat increases. Although we aren't like super defensive, so you gotta play it a little bit careful, but I guess like just still running very brawny, nimble brawny, like max out speeds or melee attack, give it enough energy for 250 energy, and then dump the rest into health, seems to work. For the moves, you can still run Thorn Slam if you have enough, like 3 moves and the 4th move that you have just, you don't really know what to do. You can still run Thorn Slam as like your last damaging move if you don't really care about getting the -1 melee attack because we're not running Anomaly. Although we have got Thistle Slash or Coconut Bomb instead to replace it. It depends which one you want to use. Thistle Slash is a little bit lower base power but has a higher critical hit chance, and then Coconut Bomb has got a little bit of recall but is normally just stronger than it. All in that low, Primal Slash, Hydro Slash still, Ill Will still a fine option, but we could also just run Stretch on it, so if we get a Ratefill plush increase, we got Stretch, now we're really fast, and we can hit pretty damn hard.